Okay, so these next series of videos is designed to take you through the Contact Artillery workout program. Okay, the next 6 videos take us through workout 1, specifically the functional elements. So watch along and then back for workout 2 in a few minutes. All right, so the first back-to-back movements are a superset. So you're going to go through banded squats. Okay, again, if you've got kettlebells, dumbbells, or a barbell, that's great. You can use that. Similarly, if you don't have any bands, you can do body weight. Remember, whilst you're performing this movement, you want to be pushing the hips back first, okay? So your butt needs to slide back, and then you want to drop the knees, keeping solid contact with the floor, flat feet, and then push through what I call the laces of your feet, okay? All the way up, and a little hyperextension at the top, and then down again. Again, hinging at the hip, pushing the butt back, sinking the knees kind of into the floor, and pushing through the floor to stand upright again. So once you've pushed out your 8 to 10 reps of those squats, whether it's body weight, banded, or under a barbell, you're going to go straight into matrix lunges, okay? This is a more dynamic movement. It will help you with change of pace, change of speed, and it'll actually increase your ankle mobility as well. Again, these are a difficult movement, so I'd recommend going through these for the first week at least with nothing more than body weight. If you want to use dumbbells or kettlebells when you get more comfortable with them, then that's great. You're going to lunge forward, focus on dropping the rear knee rather than stepping forward. Get the depth with the rear knee, and then come back to the starting position. You're then going to lunge sideways, again making sure that you can get the knee over the toe and leaving your trail leg straight, and then come back to 0. And then from there you're going to spin almost 180, okay? To, if you're going to your right, I want you to think of going to about 4 or 5 o'clock on the dial. If you're spinning to your left, I want you to think of going to around about 7 or 8 o'clock on the dial, lunge, dropping the rear knee, and then spin on that upright movement back to 0. That is 1 rep, guys. Okay, once you've done your 12 matrix lunges, then you'll take a little breather until you're about 60 to 70% recovered, and we'll get into the next movement. Okay, again, we've got back-to-back supersets. We're looking at pound movement. The deadlift here will need bands for this. It's going to be really hard to perform this with just your body. If you've got kettlebells, dumbbells, or a barbell, now that gyms are open, you could get on that. You want to stand in the middle of the resistance band, okay? And I usually choke my hands, putting my hands through the band either side, keeping my feet just outside waist width apart, okay? I'm going to use the same cue as the banded squat, push my butt back, so hinging at the hips first. And recommend that you get your hands to your knees by using your hips, so you'll feel your hamstrings pull. Once your hands go over your knees, you can see here you're going to drop your knees as if to drop the bar to the floor, okay, or band all the way down, and then stand up and explosive through the floor, okay? Whilst you're performing these deadlifts, you also want to be splitting the floor a little bit. So what I mean by that is trying to pull the floor apart with your feet, so you should feel your quads engaged at all times. Upright at the top, push your hips back, so butt back first. Once to your knees or just over your knees, then you can bend your knees to get all the way to the floor, and then pull up nice. Then you've done your 8 to 10 reps of those deadlifts, and we're then going to go into a straight. Okay, so for these you want a high ankle with your bands, or if you're in a gym and you have a pulley system, that would be great. You want to stand nice and tall, chest out, and pull the band or the cable system down with arms, but you can see that my arms are locked, loosely bent at the elbows, and I'm pulling down with my lats, okay? I'm pulling into my back pockets, squeezing my armpits, so you feel your lats get a nice pump, and then you'll feel the reverse when you go back to superset this. Okay, once you've pulled out your 12 reps of straight arm pull downs, it's time to take a little rest, and then roll through those back-to-back again, pull downs, deadlifts, and pull downs. Okay, so the third pairing here and function movements is the auxiliary or accessory movements, and we're just really going for hypertrophy here, guys, so it's all about getting a little bit of a pump. We're going to start with bicep curls, step into the band, okay? I would recommend a supinated grip, so palms up, and you can adjust the tension on this quite easily by just moving your feet wider, really. Again, if you've got a barbell, kettlebell, then you can perform this movement just as well, if not better, but you want to focus on keeping the elbows pinned in towards your side, towards your waist. Drop all the way down, so your arms are lengthening at the bottom, all the way down. Don't choke your arms, let them drop, and then just pull up on that band, dumbbells, kettlebells, or barbell, whatever it is that you're using. Up and down, nice and easy. Again, I usually try and cue and imagine that there's an axle going between my elbows, so it forces my elbows in, my chest out, and then just down and up, and squeeze out 10 to 15 reps of that. If you can do more than really 12 or 15, go a little bit heavier. Once you've completed those bicep curls, then you go straight to rear flies, okay? So this is again the upper body pulling motion. I can anchor the band on the opposite side pulling from. So here I'll have the band on my right side, arm out straight in front of me, my left arm that is, and then I just imagine I'm opening the door or drawing the curtains open with my arm fixed position. It doesn't need to be dead straight, but you're not hinging at the elbow, you're hinging at the shoulder and pulling that door open, nice, controlled, and then fighting the resistance from the band. Don't let it pull you back in towards the wall or the anchor point, okay? Once you've pumped out 12 to 15 reps on the side, then you can take a short breather and it's time to get back to those supersets. So you'll be bicep curls and then back to back with these rear delt flies.